Hello, everybody, and welcome to Game 1 between BBQ.gov and Bommy819 in the upper bracket of the 2024 Zelda Randomizer tournament. I am Ratboy42 with OpnoPoint in the background, clicking those buttons, and Freedom Fighter here alongside me commentating. How you doing, Freedom Fighter?
I am doing awesome. And OpnoPoint, thanks for pushing the buttons. Hopefully we get good.
Yeah, can't do it without the trackers. We'd just be lost here talking gibberish. But this should be a great matchup between our two runners here. They've matched up 7 times in common races. BBQ has the slight advantage with 5 wins to 1. And the 7th one was one that both of them didn't finish because it was too brutal. But Bommy has the slight advantage in this flag set, being just a few minutes faster overall on average than BBQ. So this should be a great race.
Yes.
So where do you think we're going to start, Freedom Fighter?
I'm going to say near Vanilla 1.
All right, that's a good spot. It gives a great option for route divergence right off the get-go. And, well, how about southwest corner?
Not my favorite spot, but I remember a race I did with our tracker last year, and I think this was our start screen.
Oh, BBQ with the quick bombs and Bommy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with a spot like this is early overworld deaths can be pretty costly just because you're not really close to anything unless there's an any road close by, but they do have a recorder to start.
That is true. Some money. Medium secret is still a little above average.
33, that's not bad.
It's not 25.
It's not 25, that's for sure. But so we do see some Stalfo shooting swords, so we got 2Q in the mix somewhere.
And we do have 110 for the lard.
That's nice. 18 rupee bombs, so a slight discount, but not great.
118 for the expensive key. Let's hope the cheap key rolled cheap.
Yeah, and it looks like
it could be hard.
Yeah, and it looks like Bommy is going to scroll over to the grave and probably hit that Armos. BBQ going to spend a bit of that money, and BBQ is going to give us our first look at Death Armos. That's a lot of swords.
Yeah, but at least they aren't beefy blue Lionels.
That's true.
Armos item is not here, but we do have some cash of 110.
Another large secret. So, that would put BBQ in almost blue ring money, or possibly blue ring money, if he happens to stumble across one pretty early.
Well, he's definitely within the range, because it's anywhere from 230 to 255 or 254. Yep. We just haven't seen it yet.
So we've got Stalfos, Lionels, and Wizrobes on the overworld. So it's going to be a bit of a tough overworld early on.
Yeah. But the entrance to First Quest 6 isn't bad. And a vanilla small secret of 10. So the money is going to be slightly above average, I'd say.
Yep, I don't think either runner will be hurting for cash on this one. Bommy finds level 9 at the bomb spot.
Oh yeah, good thing they had bombs. I mean, we've seen a race where they didn't have the bombs and It was the last location, and they unfortunately lost the race because they last location did let her find.
Yeah, and I must have seen something wrong because we can't have Lionels on the overworld. We've got Stalfos, Gorilla, or Moblins, Gibdos, Wizrobes.
No, I'm the one that said Lionels. I said it's better to have Stalfos than Lionels.
Yeah, I thought I saw one on one screen, but my eyes must be playing tricks on me.
Hey, it's alright.
Alright, any roads for Bommy, so... well, 2 on Candle Row.
And South Coast.
And then I think the first one started just the beginning of West Death Mountain there, so... yeah.
That's not bad because you got 2 are in kind of the same spot, but 3, yeah. I've seen worse.
Oh, definitely. Would have been a bit nicer maybe to have one a touch closer to the start screen if needed, but BBQ gonna find level 9 here.
Located 1 dungeon.
And he goes, alright. What do you think our coast item is going to be? Because we haven't been to the coast yet.
Let's put a wand on the coast and a ladder as the Armos item. Let's give him a nice early offensive upgrade.
And okay. And for the Armos item, let's be a little trolly and give him a second recorder.
The game does love to give you your starting item.
Starting item is a second breadstick. Like, thanks, game.
Yeah, oh, that's a nice clock for Bommy there. Alright, BBQ retracing these any roads here. Gonna see, I like chat saying B- for the any roads. I would take that.
Yeah. And Bommy finds the bomb shop. Dodged a Wizro beam to the face by going up that one screen.
Yeah, the orange Wizrobes love to spawn right in front of you when you're coming out of any of these caves or screen transitions.
Level 8. Definitely not first quest. It could be shapes or it could be second quest.
Yeah, this looks pretty second questy.
I will say yeah, but just. I mean, shapes, it could be still. So.
Yep, definitely could still be shapes.
Nice little key pickup after Dig Dogger was dead. Brick nuts, 1. I think they rolled down.
Yeah, they rolled down 1.
Always a welcome sight. Especially to the bomb dropper ones. And pushes.
Yeah,
transport.
I'm gonna put it out there and say this is 2Q.
Yeah, I'll agree. Until we get a room where it's not supposed to be, I agree. Second quest.
Yeah, so it looks like we most likely have 2Q on the back half, which means we've got shapes or 1Q on the front half.
Oh, 79 for the cheap key. At first quest 2.
And the candle, so BBQ first one can start burning down the forest here.
And he's right next to the 3 armors that on this side, so I wonder what we're gonna have. And it looks like he already discovered we have the blue boomerang as the coast item.
Yeah, okay.
Found his third secret.
Yeah, third secret already. So, no worries about picking up large ones again and overfilling. And just a heart is the Armos.
His first quest, he'd have nothing.
Yeah, the joys of Mixed Quest is a bunch of spots that you sort of go out of your way to check and turn to not even open up.
Okay, and Bommy buys a candle. I was confused because I saw the bush go away for a second, and I'm like, wait, don't you have the candle? No, wait, that was the recorder spot.
Yeah, and so BBQ with 225 is only, what's that, 23 rupees away from being able to afford the blue ring if he wants it.
Did we see it? I missed it. I was looking at the other screen.
248, just a screen north of there.
Oh, a little further away now.
A little further away, but...
Unfortunate death for Bommy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the struggle. Early game 3 hearts on an overworld like this is... you get a bop or two on any of these, or on the majority of these screens, and sends you back to start.
Alright, now he's close to that blue ring price. Will he buy the blue ring or will he buy keys? Possibly an arrow.
Well, we'll probably find out right here.
He's topped off.
This to me looks like a blue ring play. I like it.
67 for the arrows. That's cheap arrows. Best way to find the silvers is buy the arrows and then go diving in a dungeon. And speaking of dungeons, we've only seen 2 of them so far, unless I've missed it.
Yeah, I've only seen 8 and 9 so far.
I mean, with the take any, both of them can pick up the white sword item if they find it.
And if it rolled minimum.
Yeah. They're, at the bare minimum, eligible to get it. What do you think this white sword item will be?
Well, I missed on the wand on the coast, so let's go wand is the white sword item.
Alright. And the potion price is 42 and 80, pretty much a wash. I mean, saving a few seconds, I'd just buy the red.
Yeah, even when they're close in the blue, slightly cheaper, it's most of the time you're going to see runners just pay the premium for the convenience of only having to do it once.
Yeah.
All right, hints in the Lost Hills.
Oh, that's why Bommy died on that screen. Look at a couple blue whiz robes on the screen.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a few screens here. It was really nice on the coast that there was no whiz robes, because those can always be a pain with such tight quarters if you get a bunch of blue whiz robes there.
Or even going up to First Quest 6 or First Quest 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's definitely been times where I've looked at 1Q2 and just been like, nah, I'll come back later. I can orphan this one, it's alright.
Oh, hopefully you're not a level.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully you are a door repair. And we have a level 3. I missed what screen he was on.
Lost Hills. Siri UX, I like that. White sword item is a wand at 2Q9. as far away as you can possibly get. All right, so with that map, we have confirmed that back half is for sure 2Q, and front half is 1Q. So this is actually my favorite split. As much as 2Q8 sucks, 2Q7 isn't so bad compared to 1Q7, and 2Q9 is just fantastic.
Yeah, those two levels, it's like they put 1Q first quest, all the levels, put them in a blender, and they put a lot of transports in second quest 7 and 8.
Yep, and BBQ finds another take any, so it's now up to 5 hearts.
Oh, how about this? Power bracelet in 9, but the either bow or silvers under power bracelet.
Oh, white sword,
Silvers or bow.
Okay. That's just
Either
mean
one.
to our runners, but, you know, I'm all for it.
Yeah, they signed up for this.
It's true. We all signed up for this. Alright, BBQ going up the mountain. And another take any.
And is guaranteed whatever that white sword item is.
Yep. And buying that blue ring early, you know, those hearts now, you're up to 12 hearts. So, you know, the scary screens on the overworld are not so scary.
He almost got blasted in the face by that orange wizard on that waterfall screen.
Yeah, that's the Bommy. Just getting a little too close to an Octorok there at 1Q2. Yeah, they love to be in front of the ladders.
And BBQ, that 100 secret spot in the Deadwoods almost never burns.
Wow, and another take any for BBQ. And he bought his candle, so that's 3 of his 4 take any's now, I believe.
Yeah, they both did.
Yeah.
And the Armos heart, and they both got the Armos heart now.
Yeah, so Bommy is just a couple take any's behind. Also has blue ring, and there we go, blue ring for Bommy.
So defense, so pretty much everything is equaled.
Yep. All right, BBQ finding 2Q8.
I'm gonna try and pirouette that door, but it won't because the direction.
It could be a walkthrough wall as well.
True.
With 2Q8 in the mix, you know, a lot of the levels will have options for walkthrough walls, or at least I guess 2Q on the back half. 8 and 9 will both have walkthrough walls. 7 will not.
And I'm gonna have to agree with their tracker. It's looking like Death Mountain is gonna be loaded with levels.
Yep. Yeah, we've got pretty good coverage through sort of central Hyrule and the east side. And actually all the southwest and the Grave as well, so yeah. It looks like Death Mountain is going to be the play.
Unless it's raft spots and power bracelet.
Oh, double raft block levels?
1 and 2. Yeah. BBQ buy some arrows.
Yep, had 1 rupee to spare, so I like it. You know, we haven't seen a lot of door repairs either, so spend the money while you've got it.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that He didn't. Didn't buy a key. Honestly.
Well, so I think, I mean, not seeing many of the levels yet, there's still an option. You know, one queue on the front tend to give you a decent amount of keys. Aside from one, we'll typically like to eat more than it gives up, but
There's another cheap key shop. 79 or 118. I'll take the 79.
absolutely.
Actually, I prefer the any key. You get all the keys.
All right, so who's going to be the first runner to make the trek to Death Mountain?
We've seen 3 levels. What pulled them out of that level 3? I forget.
I think it was keys, because he went up, and it was 2 key doors, and I believe BBQ pirouetted or tried to pirouette, and it didn't open straight across. So
This is a nasty screen for Bommy. Yuck. And the problem with finding all 3 of those large secrets is now money's kind of gonna be a little on the tight side now. Potentially.
Yeah, it's definitely not gonna jump up as quickly. Nice bombs. But it should still be okay. There should still be enough medium secrets out there to slowly, dribble it up as we go.
And it looks like BBQ's on his way up to Death Mountain. 8 hearts. Or bombs, rather.
And BBQ has done a ton of overworld exploration.
And Bommy finds level 3.
Yeah, let's see. 'Cause I don't believe this door pirouetted across. So Bommy will have to spend the key. Yeah, Bommy will have to spend the key to get a little bit deeper in here. But that's also good knowledge, because that means, that's one of 2 rooms, and with the door down, that should be a staircase.
It'd still be a staircase because that was a standing item.
Yeah. Bommy,
you
want to clear that room. That's going to be your item.
I would at least stab them, see what kind of hit points they are. Unlike these gels. Go back to that room and get some bomb droppers.
Alright, BBQ finding level 4.
Where was he? East Death Mountain?
I missed it.
I know he was up in that area when I was looking at Bommy's screen.
Recorder spot east of Death Mountain.
Okay, so second quest, East Death Mountain, recorder.
Yep.
So we know the recorder is not in level 4.
Yeah, I really hope Bommy remembers that first room that she picked the compass up in is going to be her push.
And it looked like they rolled down too as a. It looked like it was 2 swings with the sword.
Yeah, very nice. And Vires didn't roll up because they still go down to a bomb, which is also really nice.
Oh yes. Yes, it is.
It feels bad when you throw a bomb down at them, and well, there's the Triforce. Triforce and 4 for BBQ, first one on the board.
That could be no, it can't be. I was gonna say that could be his staircase, but it can't be because it's a Gleeok in there.
Yeah, Yeah, Gleeok room won't push. And with that, BBQ just maybe just gonna check these two spots and then 1Q4 does have a tendency to like to ladder block you. But it's also a pretty small dungeon, so.
And you don't have a ladder, you don't have silvers or the bow. Small dungeon, might as well go back in. At least until you're blocked out of it.
Yep, absolutely.
So we've seen levels 3, 4, 8, and 9. We're missing all the rest.
Yeah, and we're also seeing tanky gels on Bommy side, which is also an enemy that's never fun.
We saw a Patra in level 4. It's even less fun in a Triforce room.
Yeah.
Past it.
Was it an empty Triforce room?
I don't know. Oh, any key.
There we go. That's nice.
Key problems are solved.
All right, Bommy, go back to the compass room. So
it could be this room
one
too.
key to get them all. That's a good deal right there.
This could be the push block room.
Yeah, but because the other one didn't pirouette open and 3 all walls should be connected, so it says that it probably was a right-hand staircase that got switched out for the 2 block, and then the drop in there as well. So
Yeah.
I think Bommy will get back to it.
It's a question of when and no. Bommy does have a blue ring, so. Bommy's like, no, I'll just up A back.
Oh, and I missed, but we're hearing ladder blocked bow in 4. All right, Bommy. Back to the compass room. Figure out what your staircase item is.
Come on. Ooh, a heart or a bomb?
Or a bomb on the wall, please? Yes.
Just say, sucks to be you.
Bommy's still skipping over. Gonna go back to the Gleeok room, probably. Unfortunately, the Gleeok room will never push. Something about sprites and stuff that's way over my head.
The way Fury explained it to me was, or when he explained it, that some with the fireballs and the push block screw each other up. And it's the fireballs that make it not be a push.
Gotcha.
Ami went back for a health refill to try and take it down.
Yeah,
Not a bad strategy.
It's still a 4-headed Gleeok. It's a lot of stabs with the wood sword.
It's not a bad strategy to come at it with full health. It's just unfortunate that's not the correct answer.
Yeah, and if I was to take that on, I probably would have come in from the right and door stratted down at least a head or 2. Just because with wood sword, it's what, 10 for the first and then 6 for the rest, so 28 stabs with that wood sword.
Yeah.
And Opno or Tracker Opno pointing out that's not an easy room. Anytime you get sort of blocks around the Gleeok heads, it makes it that much tougher to fight.
All
right,
sword item book.
So not quite at 2Q9, but pretty close.
Death Mountain. Wrong item. Ooh, expensive hints on Bommy side.
Yeah,
It was like
and
53, 49, 33, something like that.
yeah, and we saw that one on BBQ's side. I don't know if we saw the other hint shop. but we may see our runners, go try to get some information from those old men.
Here's a staircase item. Bunch of logs.
If we've got levels on both raft spots.
Yeah, he's explored a lot of the overworld, and these levels are not showing up, so good pickup.
Yep, still missing 2, 5, 6, and 7.
There's a Triforce. It's going to be tricky to get. No, I don't think you can get past it.
No,
well, if you have
no getting around that without the ladder. But one showing off what it loves to do, which is have many, many key doors. BBQ without that, any key in 3 is gonna opt to walk away. Get some bombs. Try to minimize the amount of keys you got to use in there.
And you just try to pirouette that door. Didn't work.
Yeah, you'd have to be in a room inside the dungeon. I think if he up and A'd from here, it would actually pop that door. Maybe?
I don't even know how that inside the dungeon one works.
Yeah, something about a change inside the room that does it. I know I've had it happen to me. More times it's just random luck, but.
And BBQ just gets a hint. Oh, by the way, level 4 is over here. Yeah, I was just in there.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, game. If they do get around to buying hints, I can't wait to see the hint that tells you where the book is.
That's always fun. It's like, I needed this to understand what you were saying.
Yeah, actually, I guess we won't get a hint for where the book is, because we'll only get the white sword hint from the old man cave.
That's true.
That's unfortunate. Just some bombs from those blue Lionels.
I'll take some bombs. There's nothing wrong with that. BB?
Okay. So BBQ now has, I guess, full overworld exploration except for the 2 river spots.
What are the odds of that ladder being in here as well?
I mean, if you're BBQ, you're praying for it. You already know where the bow is, and you know you need the ladder to get it.
I'd skip this room because or was the no, that's right, the logs were in the basement.
Yeah, so it's one more floor item, and there it is. So BBQ is done in 1.
I don't think he went through any key doors.
It took him 1 key, but he got it returned to go south.
But he got a refund. Okay.
Yep. Hey, red candle and 7 on Bommy side. And I know she was in West Death Mountain here, so I didn't see exactly where 7 was, but I know it's over this side of the map.
It's kind of a French vanilla type 7 because it's usually in the basement, but now it's sitting on the floor.
And is that what it? Because I've never played vanilla 2Q. Is the red candle still in 7 and 2Q?
Yep.
And there it is.
Yep.
Right under the 2Q9 spot.
It's the red candle is this level 7 item in both quests.
Gotcha. I mean, it's a nice repeatable damage upgrade. With 2Q comes red bubbles. Even just regular bubbles to bop you around, you can still do damage to most enemies that are in the dungeons. The only ones that it won't work on are going to be the Pole's Voice and the Dark Nuts.
And with it being first quest and second quest, picking up the maps, if you use a tracker, is less appealing because you already have it laid out in your in the map.
You do. I still, as long as it's not like crazy out of the way, I'm one that I still like picking up the map. It just helps me, not have to constantly look over at the tracker and make sure I get the right lineup. But these runners are super good, so doesn't surprise me at all that they don't need it. All right, we got basically simultaneous Triforce pickups out of 7 here for BBQ and Bommy.
Yeah, that's a high five Triforce.
With the floor item already, don't blame a runner there at all to take that and run.
Yeah, with level 7, it's like I'm just gonna leave. I'll come back later.
Yep.
Only if
you've got recorder. Tell the game that you need to be back there, or have the game tell you that you need to be back there. Bommy finds one. May actually see a bit more of this one with the any key. Unfortunately, just because all these key doors aren't going to, or she's not going to have to think about them, because BBQ is only had 2 keys going in. Was sort of pretty diligent about only using it if it was going to open up a few extra rooms. So it's one of the times where the any key is actually a bit more of a hindrance, just because you didn't need a lot of keys to get the items.
Yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's your blessing, but sometimes it's just a curse, because it's like it's giving you access to stuff you don't need to. Yeah.
Sometimes key blocks actually force you in the direction you need to go, and I mean, half the time key blocks keep you from the items you need. So, you just hope that you're lucky on the day.
And Death Mountain only really had the 2 levels, so we're still missing 2. 6.
Well, there's 2 under the power bracelet.
And 5. I don't think we've seen 5. No, we saw... Or did we see 6?
Nope, we haven't seen 6 or 5. We've seen 1, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9. And now 2.
And both runners said, I'll do 2Q8 when I'm better equipped.
These super ropes have dropped down to 2 HP. That's awesome. Hard on the floor in 2. Nice quick item there for BBQ.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of these levels the enemies have rolled down.
So blue dark nuts plus 2. Oh. Triforce out at 2 for BBQ. That was quick. I would expect, we'll get a dig for one more item here.
Yeah.
Still missing a ladder. Still missing silvers.
He knows where the bow is. Is Bommy found 2? Or I mean 4?
I don't think so. I think Bommy is done West Death Mountain first. Then scrolled across, so found 7, then 1.
Okay. Bommy not done with 1. You might need that power. Actually, yeah, you do need that power bracelet, since you won't find 2 without it.
Yeah, definitely need the power bracelet so far. has gotten the raft already out of 1, so it's just the heart under the dig dogger. And then just needs to go down to get the power bracelet.
Yeah.
Like it was, I think it was the bottom, so that's the heart. I think it was the bottom right corner was the power bracelet.
It was the right toe, if you want to call it the toe.
Yep. I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Foot, whatever. Lots of leg in BBQ side.
Yeah, between the red candle fire, the boomerangs being thrown in the BMOS in the middle. We just want to work at 5 frames a minute or 5 frames a second. All right, double heart too.
Not bad. We'll take it. That does make him fully eligible. Pick up mags,
Which I don't think we've seen.
Yeah,
Oh, Bommy.
no, we did see it.
Oh, we did see Megs.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I want to say it was up in Casino Corner area.
Opno Point telling us 1Q9. And that's why we couldn't actually do this without our tractor.
Yeah. I know I seen it, I just didn't remember where. It's actually not too far away. I think it would be well worth it. Especially if you get like 1 or 2 checks in between his current screen and where Mags is.
Yeah, so I guess probably the only check for BBQ up there is going to be Bogey's Arrow. Now that he has a power bracelet.
Well, he was on the screen between Bogey's Arrow and the ladder going down. I didn't see him on Bogey's Arrow, but I'm just assuming he checked it.
Well, but he wouldn't have had the power bracelet then, because he got the power bracelet out of 1.
Oh, this is after he went to 1.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
BBQ trying to get some bombs here. There we go. Before he heads into 3. Interesting to see what the staircase item is here.
For Bommy's sake, Bommy is going to be hoping it's a heart.
Yeah. Feat of Strength will lead to the Silver Arrow. So we have another level that's power bracelet blocked.
It is the push block. And it is no harm to Bommy.
Yeah, so the only harm to Bommy is, there's an item outstanding in 3. As long as she, isn't missing a critical piece, should never have to come back. And it shouldn't hurt.
And I forget what the enemies were, but I know the Eniki was in that reverse C room. Or BBQ.
Yeah, I think it's like Tektites or something pretty easy.
Yeah, this level 3 so far looks pretty tame. Yeah, it's one of the last keys you're going to want to pick up for this seed. You don't know that yet, sir, but you'll find I am correct.
Yeah, answer a question in chat. Malakir, I don't think there was anything. Both grave spots have already been checked.
Yeah.
So, it's going to be a power bracelet. But yeah, if they weren't checked, feat of strength can also mean those 2 grave push blocks.
Yeah, BBQ already checked both of those.
Yeah, Bommy did it straight away because she scrolled over and hit the grave Armos even before Death Armos.
Yeah, they both went there, and nothing significant. But that is a good reminder to keep in mind if you haven't been there yet. And it's like, oh,
Yeah,
great
that
push
those spots control with a feat of strength hint.
Oh, let's see if it's. Oh, I'm trying to scroll. Let's see if. Oh, no, it's these Koreas. Oh, any key.
All
Go
right,
back to the
so
game.
we can't say for sure that the silvers are here in 6, because we haven't found 5 yet. But
with the hint, it's very, very likely.
yeah, there is a good chance that the silvers are going to be here.
I'll put you this way: I wouldn't leave unless I find both items. And you never know; it could be.
All right,
block.
we got a Megs play.
And we survey says,
Oh, rude game.
no soup for you.
All right, so where is the ladder going to be?
I was starting to think it was going to be at that, under that push block in 3. Oh, does he go right back? I would.
It yeah,
picks up a
looks
heart.
like that's the play. Come on, 13. Lucky number 13.
13. Get the candle ready. Burn them.
Oh,
Okay.
13 is enough.
Yes.
That's a huge, huge damage upgrade. Especially with a bunch of these squishy dungeon enemies. They're just gonna melt to that sword.
It's cheat mode.
Don't forget that you have the magic key.
The orange whiz robes just became bomb droppers again on the overworld.
So that means there's only 3 hearts left. I'm gonna say level 9 does not have a heart.
Yeah, so we know 9 can't have ladder because we need it for bow.
Oh no, it can, because if Bo's sitting on the floor like in a Chevy room, I missed the room. No, as
that's
long as
true.
you can get the Triforce,
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
I always forget it that it's only a Triforce requirement. Oh,
As long
that'd be
as you
trolling.
can- That's that required double dip.
Yeah. So both of our runners here in 6.
Part of me as a runner would want like the recorder to be in 9. Just on the basis of
Okay.
banana.
Yep. So boomerang on the floor.
Yeah. BBQ
BBQ
is having easier time.
Yeah, gonna pass up the Triforce for now. Yeah, I mean the combat advantage with Megs is just it's huge versus wood sword.
Yeah, Bommy's, even though these roll down, it's 3 hits per Dark Nut versus 1.
Yep. All right, and there's our item. It's the ladder, so silvers are not in 6.
That means they gotta be in level 5 then.
Yep. So and 5 is going to be another push block. Um, so 3 of our levels are power bracelet block today.
And this has got to be one of the most annoying rooms. Or if you don't have the ladder, you got bubbles and dark nuts
Yep.
in the NSU room.
BBQ gonna get his ladder here.
Much, much quicker. 6 for BBQ.
Yeah, it's just, one hit to basically everything except for the blue dark nuts in here is the big difference.
Yeah, it's almost like he's got 0 HPN and he's on.
Yep.
I mean, bam, 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 bam. Gone.
All right, Triforce. So that's 6 on the board for BBQ. Bommy with 4 on the board, so not too many. 2's Triforce was super quick.
And let's see here. Bommy trying. Lost Tills push block. Hey, Candy.
Yep, that was the one that got BBQ to 13 for Megs.
That's true.
Opno point pointing out, BBQ is in no and go mode, so just needs to find 5, and then we'll be fully in go mode.
Oh, and he makes a play. He's like, hey, I need this bow anyway, so let me just take care of it right now. Haven't really seen a lot of Pold's voice, so maybe he's saving himself. He's got the arrows, I'll get the bow, just make sure I don't get the Pold's voice.
Yeah, so were they in 1? Where did I see Bommy fighting Pole's voice? Was that in 1? I think. So with Gurias?
Yeah. I honestly don't recall where they were. Oh, cheapins. Manhandle threatens with the magical key. If it would have said manhandle a threaten with a heart, that would have been so much better.
Alright, there's the bow for BBQ.
Dungeon 4 is complete.
Big Dagger has the white sword. Big Dagger.
Don't forget that you have the ladder.
5. Sail not to save the princess, so you got...
Yeah, which at this point we know, but, always good reassurance. So what power bracelet spots do we have? 2Q4 and close to start?
Yeah, did they do the Death Mountain?
West Death Mountain? Yes, our BBQ did try pushing West Death Mountain. It didn't push.
Q4 has a casino.
Alright, so I think it's got to be close to the one close to start.
Close to vanilla start, yeah.
I think that's the only one left.
Get the magic boomerang off the coast.
Is he
Answering a question,
trying to
chat.
one
Nope.
by level 6?
No, you don't need the power bracelet to push the grave, but they do count as a feat of strength, but they were pushed beginning of the game.
Congratulations.
And
All
it
right.
is by vanilla start.
Level 5, so we know there's a white sword and silver arrows in here.
Alino, he knows that there's silvers, but he doesn't know about the white sword. Will he burn it when he sees it?
I mean, I don't know. BBQ seems like a pretty even keel, temperamental guy. I think he just avoids it.
I've seen him do stuff when he gets a little frustrated, but I mean, I don't think this is a frustration seed at all, because he's basically 2 Triforce away from level 9, and he's got a chance to get into level 9 sub hour.
Well, and knowing that you don't have to dig a 2Q8, feels good. So
Yeah,
you
for
know,
any item.
yeah, when BBQ goes back to 2Q8, he knows it's just a Triforce and go.
It
Doesn't
could
mean
be
it's
like
going to be
season-
easy to find the Triforce, but it means, you know, it is only a Triforce and go.
And Bommy did try Bogey's arrow, came up short.
Right, so there's some Pole's voice. So Bo coming in immediately. Thank you, game. I think first level we found.
It was either that or 9. I can't remember.
Yeah, it could have been 9 too.
There's something that you want, but you want that silverly thing first.
Yeah. Answer question in chat. Yeah, BBQ saw a hint. I think it was in 3. That said the silvers are here.
It was strength.
3 or
will lead
1,
to the
something like
silvers.
that.
That wasn't very far, that transport.
Nope.
It was a key in that Patra room. Because this is Bommy's first trip through. That's one advantage that Bommy's going to have. Single dip in 4 versus double dip like BBQ had. I'm upgrade of 4.
Take it.
Yeah.
4 bombs is always good.
I guess
2Q9.
it's a triple. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say 2Q9 doesn't typically eat up bombs, but you know, 2Q8 can still eat up a few.
Yeah, no, I was just saying it was a required triple dip for Q because he didn't have the ladder. Because you can't get past the Triforce.
Oh, in 4?
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah, yeah.
in the maze room.
There's the white sword, so that's good knowledge for BBQ. Probably just take the Triforce here. Only a few rooms left, but only looking for a stair now.
So he goes back in. Yeah, I was gonna say you want to go back in, sir.
Yeah, I think I was just proximity, right?
Yeah. Check the whole upper. Get the any key. Let's just burn through those key doors. Oh,
It could be right here.
could be. I do think it's mean that the game inventors put wall masters in the clock group.
Yeah, but they'll never shutter you in vanilla. That's a randomizer only feature. There's the bow for Bommy. And the silvers for BBQ. So just need a Triforce out of 2Q8.
Health refill.
Yeah. Don't hate the play. Make sure you get through 2Q8. I don't think we saw what the... Oh, I think it was Dark Nuts when Bommy went in the first time and killed the first Dig Dogger.
Yeah, I only went in like 3 or 4 rooms.
Yeah.
Does not walk through. Big dagger.
So I think
That thing.
Bommy must be
rolled
looking
down.
for the stair still.
Ooh, second bomb upgrade. Can't afford it.
Yeah, not even close to being able to afford that one. Oh, that's nice though.
Well, this is a nice pickup, even if you get 3 rooms into that. Oh, straight down, hopefully. Walk through all, maybe?
Easy. On the floor? Oh, one more.
One more bomb.
Oh, it can't be that easy.
Door.
Alright, this should be the stair for Bommy, so I mean a wand would be really nice here in 4. Just
And
another
heart.
heart.
And of course, it's not that simple. You gotta take a transport to
Actually-
the other side of 8, probably.
Yeah, and I think BBQ got that heart as well.
Yeah, he did.
Alright, nice that that transport kept BBQ on this side though.
Oh, big block. That'd be funny if it's required.
Odds are
Could
not
be.
required, but I mean the game does have jokes. No, we can get
We
it.
gotta ask him. We gotta ask him after, and I was like, when you saw that bait block in 8, were you a little concerned for a second?
There we go.
Ladder
Well, there-
definitely
see?
doubly required.
Yeah, and see, I just knew that the ladder couldn't be in 9 because the Triforce in 8 was going to be ladder blocked.
All right,
Go time.
close to sub hour. It's just a minute over the hour mark. He's got a ticket to 9. He's in full go mode. What's he looking for in this 9?
Well, so first thing he'll be listening for will be Ganon, who you'll be able to hear when you're one room away, north, south, east, or west. Then you'll also be looking for a single shutter door that doesn't open if you've killed all the enemies in it, unless you've already killed the pig, in which case the shutter door will open regardless. And 2Q9, so walk through walls and bomb walls, but it's relatively small and very well connected, so typically the easiest of the 3 options that we have as runners.
And it's also the most friendly with key doors. There's typically not a lot of them. Not that it matters with any key, but... And he just did something I like that some runners will do. Just you got the any key, just pop the door, because if you look at your mini map, it'll show that, hey, there's a doorway that you didn't go through earlier.
It's connected. And this is the only part of 2Q9 that I find really likes to have jokes, is where these shoot rooms get placed.
Not bad strategy right there. Try and kill that room, see if that's the shutter door as just an option for the south entrance to Zelda.
Yeah, and did BBQ ever buy a potion or pick up a potion? I don't.
I do not recall.
Alright, well, there's some blue bubbles, so that's good. Oh,
You're a pig.
we got a piggy
In his room.
in his room. Magic sword, so it only takes 4 hits.
There's 1. There's 2. And the first door I'm gonna look through, and we have bacon. is the door to the right, unless he's seen her door already.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it, so this is right play. It's not, just a dig dogger.
Or as my daughter once said, that's an inverted egg.
Okay.
Well, she has a point. I mean, it's the yellow and the white parts.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
All right, which way do we go now? Gonna continue to try to go up. Gonna
This
try to
is
get
gonna-
into the ears.
Yeah, probably. It's not technically over, but I mean, it's going to be really difficult for Bommy to come back from this. Ganon's already down.
Yeah, BBQ just had a little quicker routing on the overworld, so found sort of the group of 7, 1, and 4 a little bit ahead. And I don't know. Well, maybe that hint was actually here in 2. About the power bracelet block silvers, but it just got a little bit luckier with item knowledge earlier.
Yeah, I can't really point to anything that really stands out. It's just more of he more right routed this seed.
Yeah, I mean BBQ covered a ton of the overworld in like the first 24 minutes.
And he went into a room.
Was it the top shutter one?
I don't know, I'm looking at the replay.
Or the top shoot?
Yeah,
was it the
Zelda.
top shoot? I think it was. I think that is the top shoot room.
That shoot room. That shoot
Nice.
room with the dark nuts. There he is. Get your GGs out.
BBQ.gov finishing with an official race time of 1:05:42.
And Bommy has noticed and has thrown in the towel.
Yep, it a little bit closer than it may look with the Triforce count in items, but the silvers in 5 were nice and close to the start. Triforce was pretty free in 8, but we are joined by BBQ.gov. GG's.
Hey everybody, GG's. Thank you very much. Well, that was the first 20 minutes of that seed. It felt like I was just running in circles, but then, it all kind of came together there in the second half.
The first 20 minutes of that seed, you covered, 80% of the overworld.
Yeah, I mean, it felt like about 180% at that point. I was like, is everything overworld blocked? But, then Western Death Mountain had some stuff, and that hint about where the silvers were saved me from having to dig 7 and 8, which was great.
Yeah. And so we thought after you saw that, we're joined by Bommy as well, GG's.
Hey y'all.
But we thought that after you got that hint and then found 6 power bracelet blocked, it's like, okay, well, silvers are here. Easy. And then it turns out to be boomerang and a ladder. It's like, okay, well, that means for sure that our 5 is going to be power bracelet blocked as well. So, it was the early game was quite low on levels. And then it just came together. It was just a bunch of overworld at the start. But Bommy, GG's. I don't know if you're looking at the restream, it may look a bit lopsided, but 5 and 8 were quick, and 9 was pretty quick as well. I'm not sure if you saw the hint for the silvers being power bracelet blocked or not, but that's when BBQ really started to take off. That along with Megs at 13 hearts.
Nice. Yeah, this is a really different. I was a little bit, I think, overwhelmed at not being able to find the levels, and I'm happy to reset. I'm happy to just start new, and also just happy to be in the bracket. GG, BBQ.
No, GG's. This was of the first seed we could have gotten out of the gate. This was a really weird one because, yeah, I think by the time I was done, I think I had 4 overworld spots left, and they were the 2 ladder spots and the 2 raft spots. And because I think I'd seen literally everywhere else, but I went up to the grave, and then I went to the Eastern Forest and Casino Corner, and then just started burning everything, and just no levels anywhere. And I was just like, where is everything?
I'm super glad I didn't dig into 8 though. That would have been sad.
Especially once you do, or once you would go back and realize the Triforce is 4 rooms down, but you have to take a transport to get below it. But
I want to say BBQ only saw like what 8 rooms total of 8, something like that.
I'm doing the count now. I think it's more like 11, but once I got the compass, which was 2 rooms to the right of where you come in, and it was a room full of red bubbles. I knew where it was. I just didn't know how to get to the bottom half of that left side of the spiral. And yeah, I just started taking staircases, and whoops, there it was.
Yeah. Bommy, just one thing like to point out. In 3, you picked up the compass just to the left of the entry room. The 2-block room, that was actually your staircase as well. So that was a remove most open staircase. So that was your item in 3. So just something to keep in mind.
Something I need to look up because I think I got confused a couple times. There was a Triforce in a maze room, and I thought, okay, that has to be the stair, but no. So yeah, thank you. I'm gonna keep learning from that.
Yeah, the Triforce, that I believe that was in 4, but that had a Gleeok. Something with the fireballs and staircases don't mix.
Right,
So if you see a
right.
Gleeok, it will never be a staircase.
Yeah, and the room where the push block was in 3, the dark room, that's just something I learned very recently. The dark rooms can't have like the dungeon item drop, but they can have push blocks. And I think I saw a couple of races a few days ago where somebody missed an item because they didn't use the candle and then push a block to see if it pushed. I thought that dark rooms couldn't push either, but that's just something I just learned like in the past 2 weeks. It's one of the weird things to remove most open stairs.
Yeah, and the other giveaway was that that room didn't pirouette open, which meant that it was at some point in its life a right-hand staircase.
Oh, that's right, because it's 3, yeah, and
Whoa.
in level, yeah. So in first quest vanilla levels 1, 2, and 3, you have to be able to access every room, if not through a door, then through a bomb hole. And the only reasons you can't is because there is a stair, or because Zelda's room's blocking it, or there's an old man below it.
Yeah.
So yeah, when that didn't pirouette open, I was like, okay, that's weird. That can't be Zelda's room. So my spidey senses started saying, was that supposed to be a right side stair? Or maybe it was a right side stair.
No, it's a double push block with 5 red or not Koreas. Or are they Koreas? Oh,
Probably order is, yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I got in that room, I had no bombs, or I'd been farming for bombs outside. And I was like, oh, bomb droppers. And then I got like 3 bomb drops. And I was like, oh, well, I should have just come in here.
Yeah, but if you didn't get the bomb outside, you wouldn't have gotten any from them.
Yeah, because the game's got jokes, right?
Game's got jokes. But
Happy
yeah.
to be here, and I'm hoping that King Dal will make a song about that. Just happy to be here.
Yep. I think that goes for a lot of us that happen to get our way into the brackets. I'm not sure how I did either, but
Same. I don't know how I ended up here, but we're gonna have fun with it. So
absolutely, that's what it's about, right?
Absolutely.
But yeah, if you guys don't have anything else, we know that you've got game 2 coming up here in just over an hour. So we'll let you guys rest up between and do what you need to do. So yeah, any final thoughts?
Okay. Just dinner's on the way. So Bommy, hope you're going to get a nice refreshing dinner, and we'll get back at it here in about an hour 15 minutes.
Yeah, thank you, BB.
Yeah, GG's. I'll see you in a bit.
Yep, GG's to both of you. Freedom Fighter, any final thoughts before we head on our merry way?
I just want to thank OpNoPoint for tracking. Thank you for doing comms with me, and it was a fun race.
Yep, yeah, this was a great one to watch. Can't wait to catch the next one in just a little bit. Thank you again to our runners, BBQ.gov and Bommy819, as well as OpNoPoint in the background doing our tracking, and Freedom Fighter. So with that, I think we will say goodnight for now, but be sure to check us out again in just under an hour and 15 minutes for race 2 between these runners. Take care, everybody.
On the same channel, by the way.